So, hello, Sahil. Welcome to Border Global. And how are you doing? How's everything going with you?
Thank you, thank you. Everything's perfect. The world is
Okay.
as beautiful as your mind, so keep your mind
Okay,
beautiful,
that's very well said.
right?
Okay, wonderful, wonderfully said, wonderfully said. So, coming right back to Puri number one, it's about to release in a few weeks from now on 25th of December.
Hmm.
I would want to understand this from you that how and at what stage did this film come to you?
It came out of the blue. I had just finished shooting. I was finishing shooting for Dil Bechara when I released Bol Raha Hoon. I got a phone call from Mr. David Dhawan. And that was the most unusual thing about this being cast in this film. He called on my phone and he said, "I want you in my film. Come and meet me in my office." I said, "I'm shooting for Dil Bechara. I will just come back and I'll see you, sir." And I went and I met him a couple of times. And the third time I met him, that's when he told me that, "Sahil, I'm making Coolie number one and I want you to play Harish's part. You want to do it?" I said, "I'll be a fool if I say no. I mean, it's an opportunity, sir, and I would love to take it up." It was a no fuss, not an interview, not an audition. It was a no fuss casting process. He just called, cast me. That's it.
So, what were those thoughts that that your mind was bombarded with when you learned that you would be getting to work in the remake of Puri number
I lost it. I was very happy. Uh, Initially, I didn't know that I'd be working with Mr. Javed Jafri, Johnny Lever, Rajpal Yadav, Paresh Rawal Saab. I did not know. All I knew was I'm going to be working with Varun again. I didn't even know that Sarah is going to be the girl. As the weeks progressed, I found out that, oh, the leading lady is Sara Ali Khan, and then I found out that the father's role is going to be played by Mr. Paresh Rawal, and then there's Mr. Javed Jafri, Rajpal Yadav. The excitement kept growing and growing and growing and growing because for me it was a big deal being in frame with such stalwarts of acting institutions, if I may
Yeah.
say so. Uh,
Yeah.
it was lovely working with them. Yeah, I mean, it's always a pleasure working with people who come prepared, and these are people who have done this more than 100 times. And for me, to be able to, you know, kandhe se kandha milao with such big talents of our country, proved to myself that ठीक है यार अपने को आता है कर लेता हूँ मैं भी थोड़ा बहुत. That was a good feeling. That was a great feeling, in fact. Growing up watching David Dhawan sir's films and being a part of one, completely different experiences. And I'll never
Yes.
forget. I'll never forget the feeling that I received while working with these amazing people. And the the fact that now I'm going to be counted as one amongst these people, it gives me sleepless nights. It gives me a bit of pressure, and it gives me a lot of happiness. It gives me a lot of happiness.
And how would you describe your character in this film if you have to explain in broad strokes?
Uh, See, I play Deepak. I am I'm Raju's best friend. Raju is a coolie, and Deepak is a mechanic. And we would go to any length to help each other, be there for each other. The friendship is the common factor between Humpty Sharma ki Duraniya, Badrinath ki Duraniya, and Coolie number one. But here in Coolie number one, I play a friend who ends up pretending to be his driver also. So that's what's happening. And the great thing about this association is that I get the girl. In the other films, I don't get the girl. And that girl is Shikha Talsania, another very talented actor from the theater. We're both from the theater, and we gelled really well. It was very comfortable working with her. And yeah, man, I get the girl in the film, if that means anything.
Okay. So coming to theatre, as you mentioned, I believe you took up to the craft of acting too. I mean, very early in life. It was somewhere around 1997 that you took up acting professionally for the stage. If I'm not wrong, if I'm not
Correct.
mistaken.
Correct.
Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct. I was in class 6, and I'll tell you why I
Mhm.
took it up. Also, I'm a Punjabi boy. I was born and brought up in Tamil Nadu. I could
Mhm.
never really feel comfortable amongst. They would call me Vellakaran. Vellakaran means white boy. In
Mhm.
Tamil, Vellakaran means white boy. They kept calling me Vellakaran, Vellakaran, Vellakaran. When I moved from there to
Mhm.
Delhi, these Delhi classmates, they kept calling me Madrasi, Madrasi, Madrasi. So I never belonged. But then
Mhm.
they conducted a theater workshop in school, and I went there. It was fun, and
Mhm.
nobody called me anything. Nobody judged me. Nobody told me. Nobody called me names. They just told me to,
Mhm.
follow the leader. They were playing that game, follow the leader. We were doing that, and
Mhm.
suddenly they gave us like a improvisation to do, where no matter what we did, they all clapped, and we were like, "Yes, yeah, I need to do this again and again because at least here people are listening to you. They come here to see you do stuff. This is a great thing. I want to do this like every year, and every year whenever there used to be a theater play, I would want to be a part of that. And
Mhm.
sometimes teachers tried to stop me from doing plays because my educational performance was suffering. I was a good student, but then मैंने तो मन लगा लिया था. I would find ways to,
Mhm.
you know, go do plays. That's
Mhm.
that's that still continues. I still continue to do theater. I'll never let go of theater.
Mhm. Okay. So, stepping into the craft of acting so early in life, how does it condition the mind of an artist to instantly switch on and switch off in the whole process of portraying a character or while being in front of the camera?
You know, there are a lot of actors I've heard say, and I'll also quote my one of my teachers in this statement. I see a lot of actors come on to interviews or in classes and say कि अपने character में खो जाओ, get into the skin of the character, अंदर से निकलना चाहिए. Or every acting teacher in the
Mhm.
world says this, but my acting teacher says कि एक एक्टर का काम कैरेक्टर में खोना नहीं, कैरेक्टर में अवेयर रहना है. You
Mhm.
need to know that there are lights, there is a camera. You need to know that you're performing a character. You need to have that boundary. ट्रॉपिक थंडर करके
Mhm.
एक बहुत ही फनी सी फिल्म है. ओके, रॉबर्ट डाउनी जूनियर्स कैरेक्टर is an
Yeah.
Australian in real life. He's an American actor playing an Australian
Mhm.
actor pretending to be an African American character. So you see that, and yet he's so funny.
Yeah.
He gives Ben Stiller
Mhm.
the best acting advice one can ever give. He says, never go full retard. Never go full retard.
Mhm.
That's that's how I do it. That's
Mhm.
go all the way if you want to, but never go full retard. Yeah.
Mhm.
My job as an actor is
Mhm.
to just do whatever the script says and however the director tells me to do it. It's as simple as that.
Mhm.
उसके ऊपर अगर मैं बहुत ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेशन का मक्खन लगाऊंगा, if I go into this method acting business, every character requires its own
Mhm.
method, and sometimes some characters require no method at all. Sometimes your
Yeah.
best
True.
is not required. Sometimes your best is
Mhm.
just not needed. If you start thinking of it
Mhm.
in that direction, you become a switch on, switch off kind of an actor,
Mhm.
because you can't bring a character home. Yeah, you can bring some elements and
Yeah.
incorporate those elements into your life, but you can't become.
That
I
person.
did called bank chore. I was killing people. I was like a psychopath.
Mhm.
What method do I follow? Do I start killing people to kind of
Mhm.
understand how it feels to kill?
Mhm.
Huh? What do I do?
Mhm.
How do I get into the skin of a murderer?
Mhm.
You just imagine.
Yeah.
Imagination is a tool, and us actors tend to forget that.
Moving forward, you mentioned Dil Bechara at the start of this interview. Now, though I didn't know Sushant personally, but a lot of people say that and it's an established fact that he was a very sharp mind. And being an actor, it also influences you with the kind of company that you are in. Acting is all about reacting, as they say. So I would want to know from you that what were some of those things that Sushant, as your co-actor, helped you to look at in a new light, in life or in craft.
We both kind of have the same kind of thought process. You can say that he was very intelligent because he was more famous. If you ask some of my friends who are very close to me, they would tell you that I talk about things in a very different light.
Mm-hmm.
Sushant and me, we both enlightened each other in different various aspects of technology and how technology can be utilized to make life easier here on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this planet, because nowadays we have contracts which are drawn where they say perpetuity for 5 years anywhere in the cosmos.
Mm-hmm.
Because even the people who are drawing contracts now know that it's quite possible that tomorrow there's a movie theater that's built on Mars, and we would like to maybe Puri number 1 over there,
Mm-hmm.
and we need permission from the actor so that ये मंगल ग्रह पे film release हो रही है, तो now we discussed all those possibilities. We discussed all those possibilities because people tend to forget how far we've come. People tend to forget how just 10 years ago we would shoot film on a reel, which is completely gone now.
Yeah.
Now we make films on a memory card or like a flash drive.
Mm-hmm.
That's completely gone. Film is completely gone, and we didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Film processing labs have shut all across Mumbai and even down south, wherever the processing. So people who have made that transition comfortably, you see them working today, and the people who are believers of. So technology keeps evolving itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
So we need to really walk along with it, or we're going to be left behind.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that he opened me up to.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, we need to start learning faster. Because I think as Indians, we are very slow learners. And the day we realize that the world has walked past us, it will be a very painful day.
Yeah.
It will be very painful for us to, have 6G internet connection, but not enough data.
Mm-hmm.
We're all happy about 5G coming into the country, but we're not understanding the fact that when 5G comes, the data is going to start depleting itself faster than usual.
Yeah.
Are you ready for that?
Mm-hmm.
So, all these possibilities, man.
Right. And you spoke about social contracts. So now, the theory of social contracts, it says that the state, you have to give up certain rights to the state. When you are in the ecosystem. And since you spoke about human species going out on different planets, terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
So do you think as the social contracts evolve, as we move to the farthest of places from the Earth in near future, would you think as human species we would have to give certain liberties up while the social contracts are being drawn?
Even before thinking of these highfalutin ideas about colonizing Mars, I think as human beings have to give up being greedy, selfish. First, we need to give up these vices and first try to clean up this mess that we've created of this planet. We are having to colonize Mars. We are having to try doing that ridiculous thing because we've messed up this planet.
Yeah.
First, we don't need to give up other things. First, we need to give up these vices that we have. Instead of utilizing all the natural resources we have and not thinking about the coming generation, first we need to start thinking about at least 2-3 generations. We cut trees like that. We just waste water like that, and we think this electricity that's coming, we've paid for it, we are entitled for electricity. बल्ब जल रहा है तो जलता रहे, मैंने भाई बिल भरना है, मैं भरूंगा. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, true.
क्या करोगे मंगल ग्रह पे जाके यार, वहां पे भी यही करोगे. फिर मंगल ग्रह भी खराब हो जाएगा, फिर कहाँ जाओगे.
Yeah.
First we need to change ourselves.
So, as a last question, you are a voice artist also. You have dubbed for a lot of great actors. So I would want to understand that how the experience of being a voice artist reward you as an actor when you act in front of the camera.
It works both ways.
Mhm.
Me being a voice actor, dubbing for someone like Matthew McConaughey or Brad Pitt or Leonardo or Jason Statham, these are all very different kind of people.
Yeah.
Right? They have very particular acting styles. But here, I'm one man trying to, lend them my voice.
Mhm.
So tomorrow in a movie, if I get a part which is completely different from what I've generally done, like for example, when Bank Chor came out, right?
Yeah.
When Bank Chor came out, personally, I thought I was being miscast and I thought I'm not going to be able to pull this off.
Mhm.
But when I went back to the glossary of voice work I had done before, I found out that I've done something like this before as a reference. So voice acting makes me a better actor on camera, and experimenting on set and in the theater makes me a better voice actor. It's a circle. It keeps going on and on. And the result of it is only beautiful acting. That's it. The directors just need to experiment with me more to find out.
Okay. And one last question, since you spoke about the pressure, so how does pressure shape up the actor inside you, both the voice actor and the actor on camera, on screen?
What pressure does is not just the actor, any artist. When any artist is cornered,
Mhm.
they try to find the most creative solutions for that. And when creative solutions are found, the end result is beautiful.
Yeah.
Being rich, being, having a lot of money, कि चलो film बनाते हैं. If all problems are dealt with money, कोई बात नहीं, आपने गलती कर दी, you buy that mistake off. Fine, you've solved that problem for that particular time. But what you've missed out on is the creative process of getting out of that problem, finding a creative, different way of finding a solution to that problem. A simple example I was discussing the other day was a film which I saw, where they did not have the budget to shoot a fighting sequence. It was a Korean film. So they did nothing. They just had a shot of the hero walking into frame,
Mhm.
and then they had a shot of 5-6 goons, and it was evident that they were going to fight. So what happened was, in the frame that the hero was standing, he just left frame, and this frame, the empty frame, continued. All we could see from the side of the frame were gunshots,
Mhm.
blood splatters flying here and there, and then he comes back and stands in frame
Mhm.
after like a good 5-6 minute fight.
Mhm.
We didn't see the fight.
Yeah.
When the camera turned around, when the guy came into frame, uske kapde phate hue the. There was blood on his face, and it was evident that he had a nice fist fight. When the camera panned, we see the same 5-6 goons that were standing, lying on the ground,
Mhm.
grinning in pain. That's a beautiful solution to kind of,
Yeah.
keep the what do you call it? The violence in control, and at the same time, it's
Yeah.
far more effective storytelling, where the audience is like, क्या हुआ, क्या हुआ, क्या हुआ? बहुत मारा हुआ इसने इसको.
Yeah.
It creates that curiosity in the audience's mind.
Mhm.
You can throw in a lot of money and bring in fighters and do all of this the conventional way, but this was a very creative way of showing the audience that there was a fight that took place here.
Mhm. Yeah. And it fits well to what Martin Scorsese says, that cinema is all about what's in the frame and what's outside of it.
Correct.
Okay.
All we believe.
Yeah. So with that, we have reached the end of this conversation. Sahil, I would like to know if there's some question that I may have missed asking and you would have loved to answer. So please feel free to talk about it.
Coolie number 1 releases on Amazon Prime Video on the 25th of December. Please watch this film. We've made it solely to entertain your guts. Laugh out loud as much as you want. And if you feel that nobody else should watch you laughing, you can watch it alone because it's releasing on Amazon Prime. You can watch it anywhere, as many times, and at the convenience of your life. Play, pause, rewind, forward, whatever you want to do. Don't miss a punch.
Wonderful. So on that note, thank you so much for talking to us, Sahil. It was a pleasure having a chat with you, and I wish you all the best for Coolie number 1 and all your upcoming projects.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Please take care.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. You too.